Hey guys, hi, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 29. I suspect I look like some disembodied beard here. This helps. Look at that. Okay, so, hi there. Welcome to my channel. So I have a red-eye trip tonight. I'm flying out to Charlotte tonight on a red-eye. I will be checking in for work in roughly 12 hours. It's almost 11 o'clock in the morning now. So I have my uniform fresh. I've got my bag packed. My food is all ready. My device is charged. I'm ready for work. I finished taking care of the cat's food. I have 5 different bowls of food on 2 floors. Plus I have 3 different gravity feeders offering up the 3 different cat foods that they like. They have choices. You know, it's nice to have choices. They have 2 water fountains and 4 water bowls as well, just in case the electricity goes out. They have water bowls. That's all taken care of, and the kitty litter was taken care of. I had a busy morning this morning. The kitty litter is no small deal in my household. I had 3 cats, as you know, and so managing 3 cats litter boxes, especially when I'm gone for 3 days at a time. I know you want to know about my kitty litter. I know you wanted to know all about this. I'm sorry. But if you have cats, you know, you're asking yourself, Steven, how do you manage kitty litter for 3 days? I just spit. Or 3 or 4 days sometimes for multiple cats. I use the IKEA under the bed storage containers. They're just huge boxes that are about that deep. They're shallow, and I have 3 of them, all filled with kitty litter. It's like half an acre of kitty litter. So the cats have plenty of room to find a spot that is neat and clean. I clean out the box of, you know, the boxes of poo and peep and all that stuff, you know, after I come home from work, and then every day or every other day when I'm home. And I change all the kitty litter every 6 weeks to 8 weeks. I know that doesn't sound like, it sounds like a long time between litter changes, but it's a lot of kitty litter. I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those big, heavy, giant, like 35-pound buckets, plus 2 of the smaller little ones from Walmart, and that's every time I change the boxes. So it's a lot of litter. So I go through, yeah, so I do that every 6 weeks or so, sometimes 8 weeks if I'm lazy and it's not been a very popular place to visit. Now that I only have 2 cats, it's probably every 2 months now rather than 6 weeks, but blah, blah, blah. So what am I doing today? I just spent 3 minutes talking to you about my litter boxes. I really have no goals or no plans today. I'm just feeling very relaxed, very peaceful. I'm going to approach this next trip with an open mind, because the last day of my last trip really kind of took me for a spin. I have been watching a lot of thrifting videos, and I need nothing. I need for nothing in the house. But I've been watching these thrifting videos, and this one woman goes to Goodwill's, and I just drove to the Goodwill that she goes to all the time because she finds really nice stuff. For her, good thrifting is an income. She thrifts and then she resells it on different platforms online. I don't think I'm really up for, you know, selling things that I find in Goodwill, but I'm gonna go just to Goodwill, maybe to a couple of them today, and just kind of have a nice, relaxing, fun day, poking around, you know, other people's crap that they didn't want, so they brought to Goodwill. Questioning my motives today. But I'm gonna go into Goodwill. Let's see what I find. If I can take you with me and film, I will. If I can't, I'll just show you what I buy. All right, I will see you guys later. All right, well, I hit 2 different Goodwills, which probably cured me from going to another Goodwill for a little while. This second one, I was going to pick up a couple CDs. There was a really fun vase that was from Pier 1 like 1,000 years ago. I really liked it, but I'm like, I'm going to stand in line for like 40 minutes or longer. It was slower than a Starbucks line at the airport. Am I going to stand in line to buy this really old vase that isn't worth anything, that I'm not going to put anything in and put it on my mantle? No. So I put it back and I came out. So I'm gonna go home. I did get a couple things at the first Goodwill I went to. I'll show you those when I get home. But I'm gonna go home, cuddle with the cats, have some lunch, take a nap, and yeah, I'll see you there. All right, so I got two things at Goodwill. Three things. I got two CDs. Classic rock. It's got Cheap Trick, Elton John, Santana, REO Speedwagon, Boston, Toto, Eddie Murray, Meatloaf, Jake Giles Band, Peter Frampton, Kansas, The Cars, The Romantics, What's Not to Love, and that was $1.99. And Nat King Cole. I love Nat King Cole. It was 99 cents. So got that. And I got this bowl, or this covered dish, or covered bowl. I'll show it to you. It's by Pyrex, and I have to go on Google and find out, you know, how old it is, or if it's desirable on eBay or not. But I love this thing, and it's perfect for when I, you know, cook a whole bunch of stuff from in my Instant Pot, and I can then just store in here. But I'll tell you, if it's one of those pieces that is much coveted or desired, I will sell that on eBay in a heartbeat. But it was $1.99, so I love it. Hello, Eleanor. Hello. Well, Eleanor just went on eBay and looked at what people have sold this lidded piece for, and like 15 bucks. So I am very happy to have it in my house. I'll use it in my kitchen for leftovers and stuff. Be very, very happy with it. I got it for $2. Very happy. Now, speaking of happy, yes, this little girl and her brother are gonna have some snacks and then a nap. I think we're all gonna go for a nap. So I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, good evening. It's about 6:45 in the evening, and I'd like to say I feel guilty for doing absolutely nothing today for Vlogmas, sorry, but I don't feel guilty at all, because I had a nice, lovely, relaxing day. The cats let me sleep in this morning, which is very generous of them. I went out and had like a fast food breakfast, and then went off to those Goodwills. That was interesting. It was fun. The best part of the day was just going out for a drive. It was a beautiful day in Vegas. If you've not been here before, the mountains just literally jump up all around us. We're in a bowl of mountains, and it was just beautiful today. I was out by the Nellis Air Force section of Vegas, and the mountains were just beautiful. So it was nice to just drive around. I got home. I showed you the things I bought earlier. One thing I didn't do is show you something I bought a friend who might watch this video, so I don't want to ruin the surprise, but there's one more thing I got that I was very excited about. The cats let me take another nap. Very generous of them. I woke up maybe an hour ago, just futzing around the house. I just made some dinner, and I'm watching the news on YouTube. And they were talking about the thousands of airline flights that have been canceled over the past couple of days. And I'm like, well, I should probably just check my flight. Canceled. My flight to Charlotte is canceled. Now, I'm irritated for a couple of reasons. First off, I was really looking forward to working the flight because I have a 31-hour layover in Charlotte. I've never been there before. It looks like a lovely place. So I'm kind of bummed. Plus, I didn't mention this earlier. I don't know why, but the company has offered us sort of an incentive to work. I like being paid, so that's definitely an incentive enough for me. But they were offering 200%. What, Stephen? 200% pay for flights worked between the 28th of December and January 4th. That worked or started, I guess, in those days. So I was super excited. I mean, this was only a 13.5-hour credit trip, which is a very low credit trip. But at double pay, I'll take 26, 27 hours of pay. Thank you very much. But my flight's canceled. So I am positive that I'm not going to be able to get paid the 200% for this trip. So I'm bummed twice. But I can't complain about money being taken away from me if I'm not actually working to earn it. So I can't complain. I'm still going to be paid, get credit for the trip that was canceled. So that's not a worry. I'm not going to lose money out of this. But yeah, so I'm going to eat dinner. I'm going to then probably relax in a very lackadaisical way, get ready for work. I'm going to drive into work. And you're thinking, Stephen, why? Because the flight's canceled. Why go to the airport? Unless they call me, I still have to go to the airport. I still have to check in because they have, is it 5 hours? I don't know. Does someone in my company know? Is it 5 hours that they have to use me or send me home? But that's not my decision not to show up for work. So I still have to go into the airport. But yay, if they don't use me for my flight to Charlotte, I really don't know what they can do because there's not that many flights leaving this late at night, right? So we'll see what happens. I'm going to eat my dinner. I'll see you probably at the airport. Hey there. I just caught sight of myself in the viewfinder here, and I'm drinking some lemonade out of a rattan-wrapped glass, wearing my caftan. It's practically 1978. Look at me. But so I'm online trying to find a little bit more verification that my flight indeed was canceled. So I'm looking at Flicka, and I don't see it. It doesn't say canceled on Flicka. It does say it on Flight Crew View, so I'm not quite sure which to believe. It's probably canceled. But I was just noticing my last pairing, I had swapped out of that Christmas trip. It was a trip I really did not want to work. It had a 14-hour Tampa layover, a 14-hour Austin layover, and I hate the hotel in Austin. And it had a 19-hour layover in Houston, and I'm not a fan of that hotel either. It had a credit of 17 hours and 34 minutes. I swapped out of that trip for the Philly trip I just went on, and yeah, that pairing was canceled. Whoever took my place got a trip that was canceled, so good for them. Good for them. We'll see if this one's canceled. So I'm going to finish my lemonade, poke around on the internet for another hour or so, then head to the airport leisurely, get a cup of coffee or something, or a iced tea. Head to the airport with my bags all packed, ready to go, just in case, so I can check in. Now, I find it in my best interest to check in. If I say, oh, the flight's canceled, I don't have to go to the airport, and they somehow do a tail swap, or they somehow manage to make that trip work, and I'm thinking, oh, it's canceled, I don't have to go to work now, I'm toast. I'm toast. So I really do have to go to the airport, check in, and pretend I'm going to work. They could find a different plane, they could find different crew, whatever the problem is, they could solve it, and I'd still have to go to that trip. So that's my plan, is to stick to the plan, but there was a very good chance I'll be coming home tonight, and that would be very nice. Again, I'll feel bad for those passengers who want to go home from their holidays here in Vegas, but it would be nice to go back home to my cats. If they do cancel the trip, they'll put me on what's called THA, which means kind of like being a reserve and a line holder at the same time. They can call me to work a trip that has to end within 2 hours of the original pairing, this isn't a very long trip. But they have to call me. I think they have to give me a 24-hour notice before they do that. So the odds of them using me are pretty slim. So if I get canceled, chances are I'll still be at home for a couple of days. So yay for a subtle ending to Vlogmas. But I will see you later on, probably at the airport. Hey guys, hi. So I'm on the way to work. I stopped off at a 7-Eleven to pick up a couple monsters because I don't know what's going to happen tonight. So I'll need some caffeine just in case. I don't mind leaving work early, for work early, only because it's raining out. I want to get to work safely and leisurely. So I'm leaving a little bit early. Something, if you hadn't seen on the news, Bishop Desmond Tutu died on Sunday, apparently. And man, I listened to a number of interviews today. Terry Gross, who's like my favorite human being in the world, she interviews people on NPR. She's a journalist, and she interviewed him in 1984, which was a very different time, and then 1990, which was also a very different time. And you know, I have I have an American's understanding of apartheid and what an evil construct it was. And Desmond Tutu, just the work he did and the human being he was and what an example he was. Just so it's kind of a crushing loss to the world that he's passed. But yeah. All right. And and who else died? I know this is such a cheery Vlogmas is Harry Reid died. Harry Reid. He was a Nevada senator. Very interesting political life. He is actually who they've renamed McCarran Airport to Harry Reid International Airport, and they changed that back in June, I guess. So I'm glad he got the chance to know it happened. But the poor thing, he died today or yesterday. The older you get, the more common this seems. All right, let's get to work. Sorry for being so, dark. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, hi. So I'm at Taco Bell, not at work. I was at work, but I got to the employee parking spot. I got the last parking spot at the good parking lot, so I was very happy about that. Took my bags out. No sooner had I done that than crew scheduling calls, of course, and says that I'm on TAJ because my flight's been canceled. So in TAJ, they could have just put me on sort of almost on reserve. There's a low-flying plane. Who is that? Hi, American. So they could have just had me on reserve to use me in case they needed me. But in this case, they already had a trip for me that starts tomorrow night. So I'm on TAJ until tomorrow night, where I've got a red-eye to Boston. I've got a 10.5-hour layover, which is just atrocious. Because we get in at like 6-something in the morning. You get to the hotel, you have to go to sleep right away because, you don't have much time. And just day sleeping is hard, never mind the time difference. So I'll make it work. It's one leg there, one leg back home. It's worth 11 hours credit, maybe a little bit more than 11 hours credit. The trip that it's replacing was 13.5 hours credit. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen now. I'm not sure if because they say they're giving us 200%. They say. We'll see if it happens. But I'm not sure if I'm getting 200% for the 11 hours or the 13. Probably the 11. But I'll take it. I'll take it. Very happy. Very happy. So yeah, that's it. So they called, told me my new schedule, and I was chatting with you guys, and then I saw a pickup truck was circling looking for a parking spot, so I thought I'd get out of there really quickly so he could take my spot. So now I'm gonna go home. I stopped off here at Taco Bell first because I was just starving. I'm gonna head home, cuddle with the cats. My bags are all packed, everything's all ready for the trip. I am going to take my laptop out of my bag just to lighten it, since I certainly won't be using it in Boston. But everything else is set, packed. I have to remember to take my food out of the cooler. I've done that before. Oh my God. So often I come home from a trip and I still have food in my cooler, and I think the first thing I have to do is put that food back in the fridge so it doesn't go bad. And then I wake up the next morning and find my lunch bag still full. Whatever. All right. So, yeah, today was much more interesting than I thought it would be. So, yay for Vlogmas. So I will see you tomorrow night or tomorrow morning. And until then, fly safe.